le compte, les bas, le col, les bottes, un trajet que j'étais pas supposé prendre en dessous mes bas, un stack de piquets souvent, des signaux de boucan, j'freine bien sec sur le rond, la glace, le bon pied dans le bon, j'suis claque, ping pong sur le casse, it's raps, pas un
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to see you all, to see you nice. I am rather quirky.
I am very just crazy, most people call me very.
Yes, very crazy.
That's me. They always make
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, this has got to work as a partnership, yeah? Partnership. So he's going to tell the joke again, and we're all going to laugh like it was actually funny. Okay, so...
I don't think it's a joke. It's my name.
Yes, I know, but we're making a joke out of you. It's funny, trust me. Okay, go again.
And I am very just crazy. Most people call me very.
Very crazy. Funny times. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pocket Sideshow. Do make yourselves at home. This is our home away from home. Now, what you're about to witness is very amazing. We probably said quite a lot of this at the beginning. Now, behind this curtain is something very special which he'll talk about in a couple of seconds. But before we do any of that, we have these story jars here. Now, in the story jars are where all the stories are kept. Story jar, story kept in jar. Story jar, sorted. Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, in this jar here is the most dangerous story known to man. Give me a new. Ooh. There we go. And in that jar is a pretty dull story. So, which story do we want? Okay guys, we're gonna have to work together on this one. We want this jar, okay? So let's just pretend that this is spontaneous when I ask.
It's red.
That is quite loud. So, which jar do we want, ladies and gentlemen? You wanted the blue one, that's marvellous. Right, okay, so this is the most dangerous story known to man, ladies and gentlemen. And we've just released the story gases into the air. Highly toxic, don't worry. It's all safe, marginally. For a short time, then you will die horribly, but it's fine, don't worry. Right, so...
Gas first.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go and see if our friend is ready.
I'll do the intro.
You do that.
Yes. Just behind this curtain is one of the world's greatest storytellers on the circuit at the moment. A bird that has travelled the world for one night only with our Pocket Sideshow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, strange and wonderful animals, magicians and wizards, people of the press. No? Boys and girls, the Pocket Sideshow presents the amazing stories of Albert Ross.
Hello! Lovely to see you all. Hello? Hello! Lovely to see you. You've been coached well. Yeah, coached well. Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, I've been told that you picked the most dangerous story known to man. Is that true?
Yes!
Okay. You are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all sitting comfortably? Yes. No? Well, you're just going to have to make do, madam. I'm very sorry. There aren't enough cushions to go around. Right, okay, so you are all sitting comfortably, are you?
Yeah. Come on, guys, the partnership thing.
Right, yes, brilliant, right. Okay, I'm going to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, there was once a poor old fisherman, and one day he was not getting much fish. One night there was a terrible storm while he was out fishing, and by the side of his boat there rose a sea witch. Ooh! Ooh. Brilliant. And that sea witch said to the man, "Are you getting much fish?" The man answered, "No, not I." "What reward would you give me for sending plenty of fish to you?" "Ah," said the old man, "I have not much to spare." "Will you give me the first son you have?" she said. "I would give ye that, were I to have a son," said he. "Then go home and remember me when your son is 20 years of age, and you will get plenty of fish after this." Everything happened as the sea witch said, and he himself got plenty of fish. But when the end of the 20 years was nearing, the old man was growing more and more sorrowful and heavy-hearted, while he counted each day as it came. He had rest neither day nor night. His son, Jack, asked his father one day, "Is there anyone troubling you?" The old man said, "Someone is, but that's now to do with you nor anyone else." The lad said, "I must know what it is." His father told him at last how the matter was with him and the sea witch. "Let that not put you in any trouble," said Jack. "I will not oppose you. You shall not go, my son, though I never get any fish anymore. If you will not let me go with you, go to the smithy, and let the smith make me a mighty great sword, and I will go and seek my fortune." And so his father went to the smith, and the smith made a doughty sword for him. His father came home with the sword. The lad grasped it, gave it a shake or two, and it flew into 100 splinters. He asked his father to go to the smithy and get him another sword, in which there should be twice as much weight. So his father did, and it broke in 2 halves. Back went the man to the smithy. The smith made a great sword, the like of which he'd never made before. "There's thy sword for thee," said the smith. "The fist must be good that plays this blade." The old man gave the sword to his son Jack. He gave it a shake or two. "This will do," he said. "It's high time for me to travel on my way now." So, on the next morning, he put a saddle on the black horse that his father had, and he took the black dog that he'd had since he was a wee lad, and he went on his way until he reached a king's house. And he took service to be a herd. His wages were to be according to the milk of the cattle. He went away with the cattle, and the grazing was but bare. In the evening, when he took them home, they had not much milk. The place was so bare, and his meat and drink was but spare that night. On the next day, he went further with them, and at last he came to a place exceedingly grassy, in a green glen, the like of which he'd never seen before. But about the time he should drive the cattle homewards, he saw a great giant. "Hi-ho, Hogratch," said the giant. "Those cattle are mine. They are on my land, and a dead man art thou." "I say not that," said Jack. "There is no knowing, but that may be easier to say than do." He drew the great sword, neared the giant. The herd drew back his sword, and the head was off in a twinkling. Hooray! He leaped back on the black horse, and he went to look for the giant's house. He finally found it, and in went Jack. There was money by the plenty, and dresses of each size and variety, gold and silver, each thing finer than the next. At the mouth of night he took himself back to the king's house, but he took not a thing from the giant's house. And when the cattle were milked that night, there was milk to go round everyone. He got good feeding, meat, drink without stint, and the king was hugely pleased that he had caught such a herd as Jack. He went on for a time, herding in this way, but at last the glen grew bare of grass, and the grazing was not good. He went home very tired that night, but the king's cattle had a huge haul of milk, and the whole family was delighted that they had such a herd. He followed herding in this way for a time, but one night, after he came home, instead of getting all hail and good luck from the dairymaid, all were crying and at woe. "Oh!" He asked, "What causes the woe there that night?" The dairymaid said, "There is a terrible beast that lives in the lock, and every year it has to eat someone. This year it had come to the king's daughter, and at midday on tomorrow she is to meet the lordly beast at the upper end of the lock. But there is a great suitor yonder who is to rescue her." "What suitor is that?" said Jack. "Oh, he is a great general of arms," said the dairymaid. "And when he kills the beast, he will marry the king's daughter, for the king has said that he who kills the beast should get to marry his daughter." But on the morrow, when the time grew near, the king's daughter and this hero of arms went to meet the beast, and they reached the upper end of the lock. They were there but a short time when the beast stirred in the midst of the water. Ooh! But when the general saw this terrible beast with 3 heads, he took fright and he slunk away. Boo! The king's daughter was now under fear and under trembling, with no one at all to save her. Oh no! But then, suddenly, a doughty, handsome youth riding a black horse and had a black dog, who was marvellously arrayed and fully armed, was galloping towards him. "There is gloom on your face, girl," said the youth. "What do you hear?" "Oh, that's no matter," said the king's daughter. "It's not long I'll be here at all events." "I say not that," said he. "A champion fled as likely as you not long since," said she. "Here's a champion who stands the war," said the youth, and to meet the beast he went, with his sword and his dog. But there was a spluttering, a splashing, a raving between himself and the beast. The dog kept doing all he might, and the king's daughter was filled with fear of the noise of the beast. One of them would now be under, and now above. But at last, Jack cut one of the heads off it. Yay! It gave a roar, and it echoed in the rocks. It gave out a screech, and span into a spindrift from one end of the lock to the other, and in a twinkling it went out of sight. The king's daughter said, "I am safe for now, but the beast will come again and again till the other two heads are off it." He caught the beast's head and drew a knot through it. He told her to bring it with her tomorrow. She gave him a gold ring and went home with the head on her shoulder, and the herd went home too. She had not gone far when the great general saw her and said to her, "I will kill you if you do not say 'twas I that took the head off the beast." "Oh," she says, "'tis I will say it. Who else took the heads off the beast but you?" Boo!
Nasty guy.
They reached the king's house, and the head was on the general's shoulder. But there was rejoicing that she should come home alive and whole, and this great captain with the beast's head full of blood in hand. On the morrow they went away again, and there was no question at all but that this hero would save the king's daughter again. The next day, when the lad on the black horse and the king's daughter reached the same place, they were not long there when the fearful and lordly beast stirred in the midst of the lock. Ooh! At once he went to meet it, but there was a clop-pastiche, a clap-pastiche, a splattering, a splutching, a splashing, a raving, a roaring on the beast. They kept at it for a long time, and about the mouth of night, he cut another head off the beast. Hooray!
Yay!
He put a knot through it, gave it to her, and she gave him one of her earrings. He then leaped back on the black horse and betook himself to the herding. The king's daughter went home with the heads. The general met her and took the heads from her, and they had the same agreement as they did the days before. When they reached the king's house with the heads, there was joy and gladness. About the same time on the morrow, the king's daughter betook herself to the bank of the loch for one final time. The hero on the black horse came, and if the roaring and the raving on the beast were bad the days before, today it was even worse. Oh no!
Oh no!
But no matter. He took the third head off the beast, drew a knot through it, and gave it to her. Hooray!
Yay!
She gave him another one of her earrings, and then she went home with the heads. When the general and her reached the king's house, all were full of smiles, and the general was to marry the king's daughter the next day. The wedding was going on, and everyone about the castle awaiting the priest. But when the priest came, she would marry only the one who could take the heads off the knot without cutting it. Who should take the heads off the knot but the man that put the heads on, said the king. The general tried them, but he could not loose them, and at last there was no one about the house who had not tried to take the heads off the knot.
Does anyone here think they can undo this knot?
This fella here looks very strong.
Yes, I think we'll try this little boy first. No? No? Somebody else? Not having much luck so far. She thinks it's glue.
That's a scandalous accusation.
It's not glue. Is it glued? No, it's not glued. He said so.
The king asked if there were anyone about the house who had not tried to take the heads off the knot.
I don't think there's nobody left.
They said, that the
Don't
only
bite it,
person
don't
who
bite
have not
it.
tried
I
yet.
don't know where it's been.
What?
He's biting the knot, Albert.
Goodness me.
Nobody can do this
Cannibalism,
knot.
Matt.
Nobody. It's impossible.
Knots have hearts too.
Yes.
Points for originality, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Free story fish at the end. Remember that. It appeared that no one had not tried to take the head off the knot, apart from Jack the herd. And so word went for Jack, and as if by magic, he loosed the knots. Hooray! And everyone clapped and cheered. The king's daughter said, "That is the man that took the heads off the beast, and he has my ring and my 2 earrings too." The herd put his hand in his pocket and threw them on the table. "Thou art thou man," said the king's daughter. The king was not pleased when he saw it was the herd that was to marry his daughter, but he ordered that he should be put in finer dress. But his daughter spoke and said that he had as fine a dress as any man that had ever been in the castle. So the herd put on the giant's golden dress, and they married the same day. Hurrah! They were now married, and everything went on well. But one day, and it was the anniversary, when the father had promised him to the sea witch, they were walking by the side of the loch, and lo and behold, the sea witch came and took him away to the loch without leave or asking. Oh no! The king's daughter was now mournful and tearful, for her married man was gone. She was always thinking of the loch. An old soothsayer met her, and she told him how it had befallen her. Then he told her the thing to do to save his husband, and she did it. She took a harp to the seashore and sat and played, and the sea witch came up to listen, for sea witches are fonder of music than all other creatures. But when the wife saw the sea witch, she stopped. The sea witch said, "Play on," but the princess said, "No, not till I see my man again." So the sea witch put up his head out of the loch. Then the princess played again and stopped till the sea witch put him up to the waist. Then the princess played and stopped again, and this time the witch put him all out of the loch, and in one great throw, the king's daughter threw the sword to Jack, and with one almighty swing, he struck down the sea witch. Hooray! Hooray! And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you very much. Boys and girls, would you like to hear one more story?
Yeah!
Well, this is a true story, and it's really sad. I have to tell you, I'm a flightless bird. I know, it's sad. It's sadder than that. Thank you. I know, a bird who can't fly. I was a laughingstock at bird school. I've always dreamed of being able to finally return to the skies. It's so sad. I'm just really sad.
Oh, Albert, shut up. I was going to tell you afterwards, but I suppose I've got to tell you now. I bought something on eBay for you. It's called the I Can't Fly 2000.
What does that do?
Is he actually as stupid as he looks? Do you think so?
Yeah.
Albert, it's the I Can't Fly 2000.
Yes.
So what do you think it does? It
Makes you breakfast.
fly.
Oh, yes, right, yes.
And all it needs to work is gas.
But where are we going to find gas in Kendal?
Is there a gas shop?
A gas shop. And you said I was the stupid one. Oh, there's no gas, is there? There's no gas, crazy.
What are we going to do?
Goodness me, what is that smell?
Is it a smelly shoe?
The shoes!
That's it! We can use the gas coming off the smelly shoes.
Brilliant!
Are you seeing where this all links up?
Could someone pass these? Thank you. What do I do with the shoes? Anyone? Does anyone know how one of
Give them
these
to
works?
me, give them to
He
me.
knows
I
how
know
it
how
works.
it
That's
works.
good.
It didn't come with any instructions.
Thank you, that's better.
Boys and girls, I've always dreamed of being able to fly, and now thanks to your smelly shoes and Crazy's endless hours on eBay, I might be able to. Boys and girls, you have made my dreams come true. it was lovely to meet you all, but now it is time for me to fly the nest, quite literally. Maybe I'll fly by Kendal one day and see you all. Right, shall I get my helmet on, Crazy?
Yes, I think it's almost ready.
Right,
Hang on.
okay,
Turning on the fan.
brilliant.
Okay, I bought this on eBay, so we don't know what will happen. So you're gonna have to cover your ears.
It's a very good idea, trust me.
Okay, we don't know what's going to happen. And we're going to count down from... Can you hear me now? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. We're going to count down from 10.
Covering my ears.
Take your hands off your ears. Okay, we're going to put your hands on your ears when we start counting down from 10, which is what we're going to do now. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to count down from 10. 10!
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1! Ah! Ah! There he goes! He's gone! He's gone!
He's gone!
He's flown away! Hurrah!
Goodness me, has anyone seen Albert? Has anyone seen him? I've been looking for him for half an hour. Has anyone seen Albert?
He's just flown away!
He's gone forever!
He's flown away.
What are we going to do tomorrow?
Albert! Albert! Not you, sir. No.
Does anyone know any other storytelling birds?
Me.
No.
You know a story. That's marvellous. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you greatly. We have been not only Four Boys Theatre Company, you have been a fantabulous audience. Ladies and gentlemen, you may realise we have a beautiful camera here. Now, because you love us so much, yeah, you see where this is going? Right, so basically he's going to stand outside at the end of the tent, even though I just hit him on the head. I'm sorry. Right, so he's going to stand out there, and once you've all left, if you really would like to say that this show is fantastic, which I can trust you will. Thank you, sir. You won't get your shoes back otherwise, sir. Only kidding, we've already burnt them. Right, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You have been a splendid audience. We've been Not Only for Boys Theatre Company. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Good, sir. Thank you.
This show was really good.
Bribery. Love it. Love it. There you go, child.
That was super, yes, thank you.
This show was amazing. Best one throughout the whole of Memphis.
It was a brilliant show.
This show is really good. It was awesome.
That was amazing. Best thing I've ever done.
That was great.
It was very entertaining and quite witty. I really enjoyed it.
It's the best show ever.
It was awesome.
The storytelling was the best I've ever heard. Defies gravity.
And they like the best and then they shut up. Hi, that was a great show. And I can't wait to come tomorrow.
This is not bribery, ladies and gentlemen. They did genuinely think that. Once we gave them sweeties. Remember, if your parents don't bring you back, they don't love you, okay?